morning. Oh my God, I always have so much fun setting up. It's just like, oh, really? Seriously, you're going to do that to me? So, I'm set up. It's working. So that's good because I'm so not professional at the setting up the videos. And anyway, we're on. Good morning, everybody. How are we today? Yes. Okay. So, what we're going to do is a German cabbage. I'm not really sure what that's called. There must be a name for it, but that's what we're doing. So I'm going to get started right away because it's a really super awesome sunny day, which we haven't had. Hi, Jane. Hi. Good morning. Hey, you can help me with the name. I'm making German cabbage. Is there a name for that? Kind of like, you know, on my attempt at what they make. Oh, I'm shaking the camera. I forgot about that. I went and set the camera on the table this time. Maybe not such a great idea. Hi, Darlene. Good morning. So we're doing a German cabbage, and I'm going to try and cut this without shaking you guys too much. And you know, when we go to that restaurant in town, the Little Bavaria, they have this amazing German cabbage, and it's purple cabbage, and I mean, it's just so good. I just love it. So this is going to be my attempt at it, and I'll do one more slice without trying to shake it too much. So yeah, so basically, you know, from the sounds of things, it's like a sweet and sour cabbage. So just cutting this up here, and I have in my pan, I always start, nearly always, depending on what I'm making, with a pan with just water in it. So there's no oil or anything in there, just water. And it's on high so that it stir fries or cooks really fast. And so when I'm making soups, I basically start off with a stir fry to get the vegetables that I want tender, like onions and carrots, and then I go on to the onto adding everything else, and then I add the water at the very end, so that the more tender vegetables and the ones that I want to be fairly raw are not cooked much, just steamed in the soup. Anyway, we're not making soup today. We're making German cabbage. And so just looking at more people coming on here with both cameras going. So I'm really excited about this. I'm going to put it on higher, and we're just going to let that kind of cook down a little bit. And then we'll go on to our next dish while that's just steaming a bit. And so the other thing we're going to do while we're waiting for that to cook is we're going to just cut up some potatoes. We're going to make a rosemary potatoes. So I washed all the vegetables first, and I always wash them before I put them in the fridge. And I know, you know, potatoes don't normally go in the fridge, although I do keep them in the fridge in the summer. You know, sometimes it's been so warm that things start, you know, going bad quickly. And so so I do keep potatoes in the fridge in the summer. So we're putting the potatoes in here, and so we're just going to do a I thought of a couple different things. One of them was one of the things you can do similar to what we did yesterday with the cauliflower, and you can take your potatoes and cut them and put them in a kind of like the veganaise dressing that we did yesterday. So basically like a mayonnaise-ish product, whatever it is that you have. And you can add some hot sauce, you know, buffalo sauce or Frank's hot sauce or Louisiana. And you can make that sauce with just the mayonnaise and the hot sauce and whip it all together with a fork. And then just roll your potatoes in it and bake it like that, and it's super awesome. But because we did that yesterday, we're going to do something different today. And so we're going to do a rosemary potatoes. But now, now I've got myself thinking about just going ahead with the buffalo potatoes. Okay, so what's the vote? Buffalo potatoes or rosemary potatoes? Seeing as how I have both ingredients right here. We could do a half and half. Hey, there's an idea. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Let's do that. And then I'll have potatoes made for 2 meals, which is super awesome. So these guys are starting to make noise, and so just gonna give them a stir, keep them on high. Okay, so the potatoes, yeah, that's a really good idea. So I happen to have enough here to do that. So we'll show you both recipes, and I guess that won't be too confusing on my YouTube as to what to call today. Would be a German cabbage, buffalo potato, rosemary potato, and then we're going to do a broccoli salad too. So what I do try and do, especially because we've had rain the past, or cold weather the past few days, and I really want to get out in the sun the next couple days, is to cook ahead. And I find that so important when you're trying to eat healthy and you still want to do things. And at the end of the day, speaking for myself, the last thing I want to do at like 4 o'clock is come in and start really, really prepping a meal. I mean, I do it, but I'm just like, oh man, it would be nice to stay out in the garden until, at least 5 and just walk in and have it ready. So you could come in at 4 o'clock, stick things, stick whatever you're going to stick in the oven if that's what you're doing, or just have the salads already ready. And so, as I was saying before, when we great idea, half an hour. Yeah, let's do that. And I did take a picture of the, I mean, honestly, it's so simple. I just sprinkled pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds over the coleslaw the other day. But I did do a little video of it for you, so I'll get that to you. So maybe one more potato. Okay, just looking at the amounts here. And so, yeah, so it is really helpful to be able to do your meals and have them ready. So when I do a broccoli salad, or like that cabbage salad that we did, so that was good for like 2 nights. And that's really super awesome, so that you can come in from whatever it is that you're doing and still eat healthy when you don't really feel like cooking. Okay, so that's probably enough. This one has a little thing on it that I missed, a little root. Okay, so we're going to give these guys another stir while we wait for that to come down. And we are going to do the simple thing, and so I have to jump up because I have everything, but I wasn't really planning on this. So, but let's do it. Okay, so all I needed were 2 other little dishes. And so what we'll do is we will, I found this because I'm seriously running out of groceries with this stay-at-home thing, and I did a huge order like 3 weeks ago. So anyways, I'm down to my emergency storage. And I bought this quite a while ago, and it is now backwards to you guys, it's a Hellmann's vegan mayonnaise. And I wasn't really sure, because I really, really love vegan-ase. I think the flavor is just amazing. But I'm almost out of it, so I don't have enough to do this recipe. So, so I bought this, and it's not bad. It's, it does have soybean oil in it, but overall, it's a better choice. There's another one that has olive oil too. So anyway, it's always good to try these things out and just kind of get a feel for change my plans idea. Okay, so I'm going to take like a heaping tablespoon of this. Heaping. Says like 4 tablespoons, and I'm thinking that might be enough. Maybe just a little bit more, just in case. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then we're adding the Louisiana hot sauce because I don't have Frank's right now. And I'm going to add liberally because the other day when I did the buffalo cauliflower, it wasn't quite, I'll pick that up later, it wasn't quite spicy enough. And so, so I added a little bit more, but that's kind of, I kind of do tend to not taste things till the end. So you can see that's just simply like a veganese, mayonnaise, whatever it is that you want to use. And then we're going to add half the potatoes. It's just the two of us, so, you know, I don't need a lot of everything. And we're going to give this another stir because this is coming down, and I'm going to actually turn that down because I want to add what we're going to add to that pretty quick. Okay, so we're back to the buffalo potatoes, and it's simple as that. So what I'm going to do, because your potatoes are going to turn brown, and it's only like 10 after 11. And so if you coat them well, they may not turn brown. I don't really know. But what I'm going to do is put them in the oven right now and half cook them so that they don't turn brown, and then put them in the oven, go out to the garden for an hour, come back in. Actually, it wouldn't be a full hour. It would just be on low, and for maybe half an hour. Come in and check on them. And then they'd be partly cooked, and then put them in the fridge until dinner time. And I'm going to ask Jane if that's acceptable. We did the food safe course many years ago, and I remember most of it, but I may not remember all of it. So see how that looks? And okay, so of course you're going to add a little bit of Himalayan sea salt, and you're going to add some ground pepper, and there you go. So I'm not exactly sure. That might quite likely protect it from turning brown before dinner, but I'm going to put it in the oven just to be sure and half cook it and then cook the rest before dinner time. Isn't that pretty? So there you go. So there's that one, unexpectedly. And then we're going to go back to the cabbage here because it's starting to get tender. Okay, so with this, what we're adding is I still have, oh my gosh, they're a little pitiful looking right now, but I still have apples off my tree from last year. And so even, I mean, they're organic. They're as organic as you can get. You just have to kind of cut the little wrinkles and the little spots off. But, you know, they've got just super great energy because they came off our tree and they're really organic. And so I'm going to slice these really thin in here and put the apple in. Like that. Actually, I'm going to do it with the big knife. I just wasn't sure because I have to pick the good parts of the apple off. And I'm doing it with the skins, you know, probably I'm guessing that they don't put the skins in at the restaurant. Oh, see, that's starting to, I don't want to add too much water yet because I really want it to, you know, kind of, not really caramelize, but just get a little bit of that, you know, how it gets sweeter as it, and more condensed, the flavors get more condensed, the hotter it gets. So we're going to do these closer together, put these apples in, and this will be cooked. I know, we're going to, it is, raw food is definitely has more nutrition in it, but this is going to be very cooked. Okay, so we're adding the apple. A little more apple. And just simmer it down. I'm just going to simmer this down to probably what you could do. You know what would be a good idea is if you had applesauce, that'd be a really good idea to add to this. I don't have applesauce, but what I did a couple of years ago was I took the apples and I made like apple pie filling, and I canned it. I canned the apple pie filling. I put cinnamon and coconut sugar, and I canned it with like apple pie filling. And I've been using that in different muffin recipes and stuff, and that would be really interesting in here. But anyway, if you added applesauce, that would be good. So I'm going to turn it up high again and get this going. And so the other thing I'm going to add here is coconut sugar. And so you can get this Healthy Habits or wherever. It's really quite an amazing, that's probably like 3 tablespoons. It's really a really great flavor, this coconut sugar that I have in the jar here. And I'm going to add, I don't know if they add this or not, but I'm just going to add 2 shakes of cinnamon. And then you add your apple cider vinegar. You can use a red wine vinegar as well. But I like apple cider vinegar because I just think it's a pure, more of a pure, hi Karen, flavor. So what we're doing here for the people that just came on is we're doing a German cabbage, and you can see it here. I'm stopping it from cooking by picking it up. And so you can see, so just purple cabbage. Oh, and purple cabbage. Purple cabbage has higher, oh gosh, I forgot the name of it, antioxidants than goji berries do. Like it really, really, because the purple coloring, it really has all of those, all of the antioxidants and all the nutrition of a goji berry, the purple cabbage. Of course, raw, for sure. This is cooked, so it's going to have less. And so it has, like anything to do with cabbage is really good for the intestinal system, and just really good. Any of your cruciferous vegetables. When we made the green cabbage the other day, we made a raw coleslaw with that, and so it's full of vitamin K. And I think this one has a little less vitamin K than the green cabbage, but it has all the antioxidants of the goji berries. So anyway, so we're back to the potatoes, part 2 of the potatoes. We have 2 potato dishes happening here. And so we're going to go back to this. And yes, I did forget another ingredient. What we're going to do with this is we are making rosemary potatoes. And so I have rosemary here, and I don't know if you guys have ever tried that. Just like a teaspoon for this many potatoes. I don't know if you've ever tried the rosemary salt, I don't know what it's called, coarse salt or something, bread, the rosemary salt bread, that they used to have it, was it at No Frills? I don't know. They used to have it, and it was absolutely to die for. It was like so good. And I am a breadie. I try not to eat much bread, but when you've got a really good loaf of naturally fermented or sourdough or something like that, oh my God. Anyway, so that's where I came up with the idea of the rosemary potatoes, is with that. So I'm just keeping an eye on this for a minute before I jump up and grab the olive oil that I forgot. And so see, the cabbage is really, really quite beautiful. And I'll grab that. You always try and remember everything, but you know, sometimes you don't, and that's just how things are. So I'm just going to add the olive oil to this. You can use a coconut oil if you want, and you know, like super simple recipe. There's really not much to it at all. Himalayan sea salt, pepper, and super easy. We're just going to put that in the oven, and then that's going to be like, you know, the easiest thing on the planet. And again, whoops, making too much noise. What I'm going to add to this is a little bit of cayenne as well. Make them a little bit spicy, so they'll be like a spicy, liberally. We love things spicy. Okay, so let's see it's just potatoes, olive oil, or you can use coconut oil, rosemary, Himalayan sea salt, pepper, and cayenne. And so I'm just coating the potatoes with that, and then I will, oh, that one didn't come apart. I will just stir and add to it as taste. So see how easy, super, super easy. Just a little bit of a different thing on the potatoes. And then here are the even lovelier potatoes that we decided to do. And this has, like, if you want to use veganese or any kind of mayonnaise, whatever it is that you use, with Frank's hot sauce or Louisiana hot sauce, and then the salt and pepper, so it makes like a sauce for the potatoes. Okay, so this is, see, it gets that little, even without any oil at all, it gets that little bit of caramelizing on the bottom. And so that's just adds to the flavor just a bit. You don't want to scorch it, you don't want it burnt, you just want the juice to naturally thicken at the bottom. And it's just, you know, you can, if you guys can see that, it's really coming down nice. So a little bit more, because I cut the cabbage quite thick, and I put the apples in later. I didn't want the apples too mushy, so we're going to bring that back up while we do our next dish. So the next thing is, we're just going to do super simple. Oh, I'm going to move this so you can see what I'm doing. A super simple broccoli salad, and yeah, just really easy dishes. And that's what I tend to do, is I really like doing you know, like the 15-minute meals, to where it's fast and easy and still healthy for you, so that we don't start going to you know, reaching for something that's pre-packaged or not as healthy of a choice. So I'm going to use the middle of the broccoli. I was saying last week with the broccoli stalks that it's really the heart of the broccoli, and the middle of the stalks are, you know, really the best part. They're so tender. And so this is real close to the stem, so I can actually use the whole thing. But if you just use the little stalk in the middle, super good for you. And oh my, where's my other dish here? And so broccoli's one of the ones that we haven't talked about too much. We've talked about all the different nutritional values in the different foods, and so broccoli's got all your vitamins A, C, E, D, K. It's got a lot of vitamin C. This actually, broccoli has I think as much vitamin C as an orange. It really does. Plus you've got your fiber, and you can't do better than broccoli when it comes to anything for the colon. You know, all your cruciferous vegetables are going to be super healing, you know, really anti-cancer properties, because they clean out the colon, and your colon is the engine of your whole body. Well, your intestines, your whole digestive intestinal system, but especially the colon. If the colon isn't working right, you know, the rest of everything's gonna go somewhere. And so super important. I have a whole PowerPoint and you know, handout thing that I give to my clients for digestion elimination and how important the colon is. And so it is really truly like crazy important to have these cruciferous vegetables, and raw for sure. I mean, it's fine to cook your broccoli, but you really need to eat as much as you can raw, all of your vegetables. And oh, so that was the other thing I was going to say too. I'm just cutting all these up. Is that that anything that's green and live, well, it doesn't have to be green. Anything that's live, fruits and vegetables, raw fruits and vegetables, all have their own enzymes. So the enzymes are in there to break them down. And so that's how the process works. When you have an apple, you know, the apple that we just used, it's going to turn brown right away. So the enzymes are digesting itself. So the raw fruits and vegetables have their own digestive enzymes to digest themselves, and there's many different enzymes. There's like protease for digesting proteins, amylase for digesting starches, cellulase for digesting fiber, cellulase for fiber, amylase for fats. And so anyway, there's all kinds of different digestive enzymes, and so they in your body, those ones work in your body and to digest those different foods that you eat. And so if you're eating something cooked like this, like anything cooked, you need to have additional digestive enzymes. And so you can buy them in a capsule or a tablet or something like that. You know, that's one of the reasons also for adding things like apple cider vinegar and, you know, other additional things. Like there's a whole protocol to eating certain things before you eat cooked foods, you know, to start those digestive enzymes in your body from happening. But if you're just eating cooked food, then you really, it's helpful to take digestive enzymes. So maybe next week I'll do that PowerPoint to really explain how all that works. And, you know, and some people have great digestion. It's in, you know, whatever your genetics are. If you have problems digesting, then it depends on what your particular problems are, and then you work around how your digestive system works and what it needs, so that you're doing what you need. Okay, we're back to the broccoli, and hey, wow, hi Anita, how are you doing? So nice to see you here. Okay, so we're back to the broccoli here, and so we're just going to add, because we changed our whole potato thing here on the fly. I'm going to use this. Okay, so we're going to use this, and we're going to use this other vegan type mayonnaise that I found. And I'm always trying different products that are, that's probably 3 tablespoons. That might be a little too much. Oh, that's fine. It's all good. I do cook intuitively and on the fly, and it's like I'm so not professional, and I'm really quite surprised that people want to watch and figure out how I do what I do. And it's awesome. It's been really, really fun. Okay, so we've just got this. Usually I use a veganaise. I did buy this vegan mayonnaise. I'm not sure that I like it, but we're down to the backup storage of food, because I haven't gone shopping in 3 weeks now. So we're adding maple syrup to it. Okay, so maple syrup to the veganaise, super simple, and a little bit of cayenne. I know you guys get so tired of me adding cayenne to everything, but it just gives it that thing, right? And of course we're going to have some black pepper and some Himalayan salt. And in this, in this case, we're going to add, we're going to make it a little bit healthier. The pepper. I'm okay. I'm not going to sneeze. I did fly that pepper around pretty good. Okay, so we're going to add some of the, thinking about the pepper. I won't think about the pepper anymore. Some turmeric. We're adding turmeric because turmeric is really good. Anti-inflammatory, is good for everything. Pretty much everybody knows what turmeric does. And everybody knows that you need to add pepper, black pepper to the turmeric to activate the turmeric. Anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, it's got so many good things for you. So can you guys see what I'm doing here? Basically, it's just the Veganese, maple syrup, cayenne, salt, pepper, and turmeric. And we're just going to put this over the broccoli. Super easy recipe, like it's just, and you can do it to taste. Oh, we're gonna get back to the German cabbage here. I don't want it to scorch. And we're just gonna add this. Got my little spoon here. And over the broccoli, and then we're going to add some pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds and almonds. So, you know, you can, to add flavor, it all depends on what you want to do. It's always best to have your almonds raw. Almonds are very alkaline. They are full of magnesium, all kinds of vitamins, really good fats and everything. But if you did want to change up the flavor, you can roast your almonds. So see, I'm just mixing this in with the broccoli. Super easy. And get that all mixed in. So it kind of gives it a bit of a sort of sweet, tangy taste with the Veganese and the maple syrup. So I am going to add a few of the almonds, and I'm going to add a little bit of a shot glass of pumpkin seeds. No, not really, just a few. And sunflower seeds. And I happen to have some goji berries. I'm going to add those. So these guys are super, super good for you. Oh my God, good for your eyes, good for the liver, good for everything. Goji berries have so much nutrition in it. What I did not know, and I was extremely disappointed to find out, was because they've got lectins. Oh my gosh. You know, to me, if you're that sensitive to lectins that you can't eat goji berries, you know, you need to revamp your system, which is easy to do. That's a nice thing about digestion and elimination, is that we can always make changes to make improvements. And so, so we have that opportunity. Look how pretty that looks. Can you see the gojis, the pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and so yeah, so that's the broccoli salad coming along here. I'm just trying to not throw it all over the table for you. Okay, let me make it look nice. It's always way more appetizing when things have color. Okay, there. Okay, so that's broccoli salad. Veganese or whatever kind of mayonnaise you want, maple syrup, cayenne pepper, black pepper, Himalayan sea salt, turmeric, goji berries, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and almonds. Okay, so back to the German cabbage. We're really cooking my dinner for the day. I won't have to cook for a couple days. Okay, so look at this. This is looking really good, and again, we're starting this early in the day, so I will be giving this a little more of a isn't that pretty? A little more of a cook tonight. But basically, this is my attempt at the German cabbage, and so it's purple cabbage, which actually has as much of the fantastic antioxidants as the goji berries. So purple cabbage, apples, apple cider vinegar, and coconut sugar, and just a teensy bit of cinnamon. And then we have our potatoes. So these are buffalo potatoes with the Veganese or whatever kind of mayonnaise you want, with the Louisiana. I'm just repeating it all because we have new people on here. So we've got the Veganese. Okay, back to the Louisiana hot sauce or Frank's hot sauce or whatever, and then cayenne and sea salt and pepper, and so you can see that. So that's it with the easy peasy. We did these potatoes with rosemary, olive oil, and Himalayan sea salt and cayenne. And so, yeah, so those are your recipes for today. We didn't do anything too herbally. Oh, I forgot. I remember. I have a recipe that someone sent me. People are sending me recipes to try now. So that's super fun and awesome. And I wanted to show you this before we go. And these aren't they nice? They are oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, but they are simply bananas. So you take 2 bananas and you mash them up and you add half a cup of quick cooking oats, half a cup of rolled oats, and you just mash that all together, stick it in the oven at 350, like that's it. Bananas and oats, stick it in and add the chocolate chips. And that's it. And so they're really nice and chewy and full of fiber, and I use my fresh steel cut oats from the health food store. And so I have to show you again, actually. It was just so awesome. And so this is a recipe from Claire here in Port Alberni. And so thank you, Claire, for sending me the recipe. And it turned out really awesome, and they're really yummy. So yeah, so that's cool. So thanks, you guys, for joining me this morning. Have a great day. Get out in the sunshine. And we'll see you again tomorrow morning at 11. I'm just looking to see who else came on here. Okay, have a great day. See you guys. Thanks for joining me. Go to georginacyr.com and my YouTube for more recipes.